Hey, hey everyone, how are y'all? How are y'all? How are y'all? Kyla, the name of the artist, what's her name? I gotta find her name. I'll find her name and no, listen, I'm not changing the video. I will change the video when I get ready, okay? I will change the video when I get ready, okay? And I'm not ready to change the video yet. So you guys will enjoy that video, okay? You will enjoy it. All right. I will change it when I get ready. But everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, Kyla loves the video. Thank you. Ruby doesn't like it because Ruby's a hater, but Kyla loves it. There we go. So everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Go to dynastymirror.com. Share the content. Everyone, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Guys, the site was up, the new tour site, but I had to take it down because we're having issues um, with the payment processing through Square. It's annoying, man. It's annoying. So we had to take it down. They're troubleshooting that. Square acts like they can't help, so I had to go through a third party, well, through WooCommerce, who actually, I guess, made the plugin or whatever. So that's the only thing that's keeping the website from launching. Well, it already had launched, but then when I had some of my clients try to pay earlier this morning, they couldn't because, again, there's issue with the plugin. So, they want to see that they're having issues with the plugin. So we're troubleshooting that as we speak. Well, not me personally. Somebody in customer support with WooCommerce is troubleshooting that, and they've been troubleshooting that now for the past 6 hours. So hopefully by the time I go to bed and I wake up in the morning, it will be taken care of. So everyone, like, share, subscribe. Go to dynastymirror.com. Go to searchforwho.com. Tour Sierra Leone. We are still rolling in April 20th to the 30th. April 20th to the 30th. If you're interested in rolling, and if you have your African ancestry DNA certificate, if you have your African ancestry DNA certificate, you are eligible for citizenship. So we're going for the ceremony. So hit me up. Go to searchforwho.com or go to dynastymirror.com. Send me a message, and we will holla black. Let's get Brandon on here. Brandon, Pan Africanism strikes back. I guess he's putting some lotion on his elbows because he's ashy. Well, okay, there you go. Knuckles are ashy, so he's putting some lotion on. Pause. So today's topic: Team Black America Save the Democratic Party. No Voting Rights Act. That ain't gonna happen. You're not gonna get your George Floyd bill. But thank you for almost starting World War III, and congratulations on your crack pipes. Your federal funded crack pipes. So no George Floyd bill, no Voting Rights Act is not coming. But congratulations on starting World War III and your federally funded crack pipes. Congratulations, y'all. I know this is not how you guys thought this was going to go down. I just know you guys thought, I know you guys did not think that this was how it was going to go down. But me and Brandon tried to warn you guys. We tried to warn you guys. I stuck my neck out there. I lost subscribers. I said, guys, look, think this thing over. I know you don't like Trump. I know you don't like his Twitter fingers. But listen, think this thing over. I know you think he's a jerk. I know you do. I get it. But listen, think this thing over, okay? I get it. I know you don't like his attitude. He's not professional. He doesn't handle himself like a leader should. Like, I get it. I understand. But the two that you're voting for, by far, are worse. By far, are worse than Trump. I get it. You don't like his attitude. You don't like how he carries himself in public. You don't like how he handles himself on Twitter. I get it. I understand. You just got to just let that go. Because the two you're about to vote into office are going to be a problem. We tried to warn you guys, but hey, again, we're not saying we like Trump. We're just saying that, again, the argument was that these two were the lesser of two evils. And I'm like, come on now, guys, let's look at the track record. Again, put the Twitter fingers to the side. Put the outbursts or whatever, you call them unprofessional, put that to the side. Let's just breathe and not be so emotional. And it was just obvious. Trump was the better option. But hey, you guys got what you wanted. So it is what it is. So enjoy crack pipes, nuclear bombs, no George Floyd bill, no Voter Rights Act situation. This is what you get. Because I'm telling you, if Trump was in office, what's going on in Ukraine will not be happening. If Trump was in office, what's going on in Ukraine would not have happened, and what happened in Afghanistan would not have happened. And I don't think Trump was going to federally fund crack pipes. I don't think Trump was going to do that. So, Brandon, unmute yourself.
Hey, well, black people, what they're trying to do now is they're trying to adopt the CNN narrative. Oh, Biden is such a great leader. Look at all the stuff he's doing. And here's the reason why he can't do this or that with the situation in Ukraine. All I know is the facts. And Dinus, I want to start this one off by asking you a few questions. I like to ask the host a
Go
couple of
ahead. Go
questions.
ahead. Go ahead.
I've been hearing a rumor that Trump is actually in the pocket of Putin and he's a collaborator with Putin. Now,
Putin's bitch. Yeah.
now let me ask this. Let me ask this. Right now, Ukraine is asking for Javelin missiles, right? These are the missiles that can blow up tanks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trump gave Ukraine 280 Javelin missiles, right? He
I
gave
didn't
them
know that.
he gave them 280 Javelin missiles for the sole purpose of deterring Russia if they invaded Ukraine. Why would Putin's bitch give Ukraine, a country that Putin was threatening to invade even under Trump, why would he then turn and give them two, 280 Javelin missiles?
To protect themselves from Russia.
But would he be pro-Russian if he gave Ukraine 280 Javelin missiles?
No.
Exactly. Everything Trump does, everything Trump did to help Ukraine against Russia, everything Trump did to stifle Russian aggression, you got a little feedback too, to stifle Russian aggression and to keep America as a premier power in the world was reversed under Biden in his first day in office. First day in office, Biden kills America's energy independence, which flew directly in the face of Russia. Not only does he kill uh, America's oil independence, he then makes an agreement to purchase oil from Russia, one of the dirtiest oils that there are in the world, one of the lowest grade oils in the world. He not only kills our energy independence where we didn't need anybody and we were exporting oil, making money off of it, to now we are dependent on Russia for oil. Biden, I mean, Dinus, do you know how much
Did
oil
you did you just call me Joe Biden?
Biden? Yes. Listen. Do you know how? Answer this question for me. How much oil did Joe Biden buy from Russia last year?
I didn't know. I didn't know Russia. I don't know how much the exact number, but I didn't know Russia was a major oil supplier as well. I didn't know that.
Biden last year bought 232 million barrels of oil from Russia. Could have made his own oil. Could have kept the XL pipeline going, right? Could have bought the oil from OPEC. He could have got the oil from a million different places. Why did he get it from Russia? But Biden is the one giving Russia billion-dollar contracts for oil. He approved the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, which Trump was blocking. Trump was pissed off. Trump didn't like the fact that Germany was going to become 70% dependent on Russian oil to keep operating. Trump hated that. He spoke out publicly against Germany's leader at the table, sitting directly across from him, and said, I don't like this. You expect us to protect you from Russia, but here you are signing deals, making yourself dependent on Russian oil. It seems like Biden is the one. Oh, on his first day in office, Biden approved that pipeline, got that natural gas flowing, right? To me, it seems like Biden is more of a stooge for Putin than
And
Trump is.
then you got to talk about his junkie son and the involvement with the in involvement in the Ukraine.
Listen, we already talked about this when I was talking to those Africans. You remember when Trump asked the Ukrainian president to have their special prosecutor release documents concerning how Hunter Biden, who was not qualified, never went to school for anything related to energy or oil production or natural gas production, how he was able to secure a multi-million dollar a year job from a Ukrainian energy company. And Joe Biden, to keep those papers from getting released, threatened to withhold $1 billion of aid from the Ukraine if they released those documents to Trump and demanded that they fire their special government prosecutor who was investigating the case. It seems to me like Biden has a long-standing vendetta against Ukraine, and we know that he's really good at holding a grudge because he's had a long-standing vendetta against black people. And for some reason, as old as he is, as decrepit as he had no problem making good on that old vengeance, on that old rift when it came to giving black people the George Floyd bill, when it came to discussing reparations, when it comes to doing anything for black folks. He told them, look, don't tell me, don't ask me, shut up. He told those black dudes, shut the hell up. He said, I tried to get this and that, but it didn't work. Biden hates black people.
Listen, that's exactly what he said. Then to add insult to injury, he was like, "Next time you guys need to start dealing with the Hispanics."
He said, pretty soon you're gonna have to. He told them, you guys are gonna have to prepare to start answering to the Hispanics. He said that to Al Sharpton's face.
Yeah, said that.
You guys,
well, not literally to his face on
Zoom, on Zoom,
yeah,
on Zoom. That's face to face in COVID. He told them, you guys are gonna have to start asking. You guys are gonna have to get prepared to start answering to Hispanics, and that's okay with him because he hates black people. But why is it that black people saw fit to put this guy in office? And the biggest thing, Don, is I want nothing more from my people than an apology. Because, Dinus, we tried to stand in the gap for these people. We tried to tell our people what was best for them. We tried to correct them. The Bible says that the man who rejects correction is a fool, and that pride comes before the fall. And we humbled ourselves. We didn't go out here like Brandon Tatum and Anthony Logan Brown and all these dudes and go out and make a bunch of money off of white folks saying common sense and saying things that they want to hear. We could have been millionaires overnight, but we didn't do that. We stayed in the trenches with our little darkies. We stayed in the trenches with our little kinfolk, right? And tried to appeal to their higher sense of reason. Hey, they spit in our face. Now they sitting up complaining because, oh, Ukraine is racist because they won't put a bunch of black people's interests over the interests of their own damn women and children. Oh, they won't let us on the boat. Dynast, I asked you this question earlier. What on earth is Russia going to do to a bunch of African immigrants in Ukraine? Are they going to kill them? That would be a
No.
war crime. So when it comes to priorities, why wouldn't you leave the Africans behind knowing that the Russians can't do anything to them, or that would be a violation of the United Nations war crime stuff, and Putin would then come under fire from every country on the planet. Wouldn't you try to get your people, your population, the ones who could be captured and put in prison, would you not have to try to get them out first?
Absolutely. What 1 second, Brandon. Is this true? Is gas in LA over $6 right now?
Yes.
God,
Yes. Yes, because we buy oil from Russia and Russia's economy is hurting right now. Listen, they're hitting Russia's economy in every facet other than oil and natural gas. Why? Because the United States has now become dependent on dependent on Russian oil and natural gas. Do you know that the state of Texas produces damn near more oil than the whole country of Russia? I mean, more natural gas than the whole country of Russia. And we didn't just say let's go buy natural gas from Texas. We went and bought it from Russia.
Hold on,
Pennsylvania.
just one more time, Brandon. Gas in LA is above $6 right now.
Man, I'm telling you.
Gas might hit $10 on the rate it's going, Brandon, in LA.
And guess what? We'll deserve everything we got
You
because
deserve it.
because we love Biden, right? Oh, it's blue no matter who. There's too much at stake, right? At least one gas station in Beverly Hills hits the $6 a gallon mark. Oh, all Brandon doing is spewing Fox News talking points. No, all Brandon is doing his research. And when I use Fox News on my YouTube channel, the reason I use Fox News clips is because they're the only ones who won't block your damn video if you use their news clips. Go use the ABC. Diners, what happened if you try to use the ABC news clip on your stream?
They might. It depends. Sometimes they block you, sometimes they won't, or sometimes
They
they'll flag you, sometimes they won't.
they're owned by Disney, and Disney snatching up everything. Because every time I use them, they hit my video hard. So I go to Fox News. You know why? Because they're the ones who are going to let me use their clip without them blocking me. So until you guys find me another place that will let me use their clip and has as much coverage as they do, hey, go straight to hell. But it's on us, Dinus. The black voter has become a liability not only for himself, but for the entire world. Literally, I made a video on my channel. If this erupts into World War III, African Americans are directly responsible. Joe Biden got on stage and, oh, to my African Americans, I couldn't have done it without you. When this campaign was at its lowest ebb, when it was at its darkest and lowest point, you always stuck with me. And I will stick with you, and I got your back and all this stuff. You guys set the stage for the destruction of the world. And that's what happens when all you can do is take a selfish view of everything. Those Ukrainians, those blacks in Ukraine, they don't give a damn about Ukraine. They don't give a damn about the Ukrainian people. They only care about numero uno. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, but what I'm saying is, if all you give a damn about is yourself, why are you mad at Ukraine for just giving a damn about themselves? Do you guys really think white people are stupid? Do you think that they trained
Hold
you?
on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. 290 says Trump wanted to attack China. Laugh out loud, but he didn't. He didn't.
He never attacked China. He put sanctions on China. And China got their act together. They signed the freaking agreement for the tariffs. and then they got out of the tariffs by releasing the pandemic. It's set on the tariff agreement. The only thing that could reverse those tariffs that they had to pay was an act of God or a global pandemic. So China said, look, we could create a global pandemic. Boom. The 19 came. Tunija loves to say one thing and then at the end try to switch his point and steal your point. The whole point and move the goalposts. We're talking about Trump's dealings with Russia. We're talking about the 4 years and millions of dollars that was wasted saying that Trump was a Russian agent. He was a Russian collaborator. Then all of a sudden it was, SpaghettiOs. He's not. He's giving, right? He's giving Ukraine the capability to protect themselves, right? He's giving Ukraine the capability to protect themselves. When Biden was hesitant, Trump gave Javelin missiles. Dinus, do you know what Obama gave Ukraine?
Well, did Obama play a role in the coup when they took out the?
Yes, of course he did. And when the Russians came in to take Crimea and they asked Obama for help, right? Right? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Obama sent him.
Probably some weapons.
He didn't.
Money.
He refused to give him weapons, and instead he gave him candy bars and blankets. He only would give.
Hold on. Sid Police Academy said blankets.
That's all he gave him. That's all he gave him was blankets and candy bars. He gave him blankets and candy bars, but is he not? And then he let them go in and take Crimea, which was a part of Ukraine. So who do you think was the Russian agent? Because Trump gave them weapons, Javelin missiles, 280, right? You know, the tank busters. Turkey hooked them up with some drones that can destroy a whole tank convoy. But who's the agent? Trump or Biden or Obama? See, it doesn't make sense. But black folks, we don't want to be bothered to think for ourselves. We want other people to think for us. We want other white folks on the liberal side, we want them to tell us what to think. And then when the repercussions come, we want to try to blame everybody else and holler racism. Well, let's put it like this. If you had not voted for Biden, this would have never happened, right? Because Trump even said, it ain't no point in trying to bring Ukraine into NATO. Ukraine ain't never been loyal to nobody but Ukraine's own interests. So this would have never happened.
Like,
and those black students in Ukraine wouldn't even be at the border right now screaming racism because they can't get out. Now go ahead, brother, and tell me how I'm lying.
me? Well, I actually voted for Biden. So it's you know, I'm not really a supporter of him, but like I get you saying we fucked up, but like what are we gonna do? Because it just sounds like you're just ranting. Like we fucked up, but it's like, what are we gonna do? You hear me?
Go ahead, Brandon.
Because it just sounds like you just rant. Because it sounds like you just.
What's going on here, Brandon? What are you doing? He's doing a typical deflect.
No.
Not take ownership.
I know. We did. We fucked up.
Let him say it again. Say it again, my brother.
I'm saying I know we fucked up, but it's like, what are we gonna do about it? What is the solution?
Now you want me to give you a solution?
Because it sounds like you're ranting.
I am ranting because you guys voted, so you guys need to figure out how you're gonna fix it. That's what I'm at. See, I could come up with a solution for you, but you guys wouldn't follow it. Soon as 4 years go by, nigga.
I mean, I get it, brother.
Nothing. No, listen, brother.
I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to learn.
Okay, so learn this. Next election, you need to be on my side. You need to be echoing what I'm saying. You need to say, look, clearly I'm not really qualified to make my own decision politically without it backfiring on me. So I need to defer to the judgment of people who have more experience or who are just doing more research than me. Because I'm not saying you don't have intelligence, but I'm saying you probably didn't do as much research as me.
I didn't.
Exactly.
I really didn't even know about the guy. Like
Right.
I really didn't do research.
So so what you're doing, and I commend you. You are taking the first step. You admit that there was some fault in the way you had a faulty process for choosing leadership.
Brandon,
Yeah.
That's the first step.
Brandon, I'm gonna give you a prime example of what he's saying in regards to not doing his research. Do you know the number of my friends who voted for Biden had no clue that Obama was the one that built those cages?
Bro, I'm like 20. So like when Obama was in office, I wasn't even old enough to vote. So like I didn't even really know about Joe Biden like locking up black people and stuff like that.
But you know, it was all over the internet, bro. So for people to say, "Oh, I didn't know," black people did a really good job disseminating the information about Joe Biden's past, in his past uh, atrocities and war crimes. I think I would call them that he committed against our community. But you probably heard about it. But you probably got up in the wave, in the hate Trump wave,
No, I didn't.
and
I didn't. I swear I didn't even know he was even like that.
yeah. So what I would say is you got to do what I had to start doing because I was a Democrat. Then I started going out and seeking information from the other side of the aisle so that I can compare both sources of information and see which one made the most sense. Right? I used to like Keith Olbermann. You know, I used to like him a lot. I remember when Rachel Maddow first got her show. I was excited. But now I know that these people are just full of crap. And so, everyone's, fool me once, right? Shame on me. I mean on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, right? And so just in the future, understand it ain't about the party, it ain't about blue no matter who. It's about whose policies better coincide with what you're planning to do. And you guys could go ahead. I got one thing I gotta do real quick.
Let me bring Two Nigel on here. Two Nigel, go ahead. I know. Go ahead and defend Biden. Two Nigel, go ahead and make excuses. Two Nigel, I already know what's coming. Go ahead and start explaining. Go ahead.
See, I'm not here to defend Biden. I think Biden has performed terribly for us, so that's for sure. I think to an extent, I will owe by this thing you guys an apology for that. But I did say that it was a good idea that you guys were choosing to vote for the Republicans, so it means our vote will not be taken for granted. But I was supporting Biden against Trump, so for that, I hold my hands up. I have to be responsible for that. That said, Trump too was just as bad. If you keep saying Biden triggered the World War, Trump was about to do that with China anyway.
Yeah.
They had to reassure China that Trump was not about to attack them.
Listen, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen to Nigel. It didn't happen. It's like
because he was voted out.
The excuse now that my friends who say the Democratic Party are making now, regardless of what's going on in Russia, I mean in the Ukraine, they're trying to like justify it or deflect, and they're trying to say, well, if Trump was in office, Trump would just watch and do nothing. Trump was Putin's booty boy or butt boy.
Can I say something?
Best friends.
No, he would
And my
definitely
thing is
do
like,
nothing to Putin.
why didn't Putin invade Ukraine when Trump was in office if they were homies?
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I don't know the scripture. I don't know the scripture of the Bible, but it tells you to vote for someone that looks like you, and it's for you, like for your people.
For me, Trump was he wasn't any safer. I remember Biden didn't attack anybody. Biden just sat back. That's the only difference. Trump was looking to attack people. He was threatening people with destroying their country, all kinds of stuff. So you can see why people were afraid of Trump more than
Wait
they're
a
afraid
minute.
of
Wait a
Biden.
minute. Hold on. No, he's lying. He's lying. He's lying.
He did. He threatened to destroy North Korea.
Nigel, I'm going to need you to do me a favor today. I'm going to need you to not try to overtalk me, and I'm going to need you to answer some questions that's going to reveal your lying. The only country that Trump threatened was North Korea. True or false?
Yes. True.
And why did he threaten North Korea?
Because North Korea was testing missiles.
North Korea was releasing statements talking about they're going to blow up the United States. They have missiles that have capability to reach the United States. Constant threats. So
Because
Trump,
he was threatening North Korea too when North Korea tested their missiles.
listen. He told them don't test the missiles. Did he not tell them don't do it?
And they did.
Bro, but they were not just testing missiles. Were they, or were they not threatening the United States?
The United States threatens them first
No,
all
bro,
the time.
I'm
You
asking
know
you a
that.
question.
They threaten the United States. That's true.
Bro, I'm asking you a question, bro. It's
Okay,
not
they
even
threaten the United States.
what you're saying is not even true, because the United States under Obama had a policy that they wouldn't even speak to North Korea at all. No statements directed at North Korea. So Trump not only broke up that stupidity, what did he say specifically to Niger? What did he say specifically to North Korean president? What did
He
Trump
said he
say?
was going to destroy the country.
That's not what he said. What did he say specifically?
It's on his quote. He said if they tested the US is going to destroy them. That's destroy their country.
Okay, so you clearly don't know what Trump said, right? That's you don't know what he said.
I'm just reading the quote. He said
like
it in so many different ways. He didn't just say it one way. He talked about this thing. He used a term about like bombing the country, and North Korea should not. They were insulting each other. Okay, let's say that one was minor. I can give you that. But the Chinese one was serious.
I want you to tell me what Trump said about North Korea. What did he say?
Okay, let me confirm. I don't want to speak from the other side of my mouth.
Use that computer.
Let me just put it down so you can see it says Trump threatens to totally destroy North Korea in UN speech. At the UN.
So listen.
He talks about fire and fury.
Let me tell you exactly what he said. He said North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like this world has never seen. Now, was Trump the first person to make the threat, or was Trump responding to North Korean threats?
North Korea has always been threatening because the US destroyed half of their country. What are you going on about?
So because Trump stood up for America and said they better stop threatening America or he's going to blow their ass up. So Trump is now wanting to go destroy people's country. And then let me show you how ignorant you are. After that, what record did Trump set after he made that threat? What did Trump do after he made that threat to Niger?
Visit North Korea, DMZ.
First president in like 70 years to step foot in North Korea. Trump then opened up the channels of communication because Trump realized, look, they're making threats because they're like a spoiled little baby. They can't get attention, so they got to threaten America to get attention. And Trump went over there, talked to the man, shook his hand and everything like that. And we had a peaceful relationship with North Korea, and they stopped testing missiles. Soon as Biden got into office, they went right back to testing missiles.
Trump liked him because he was a dictator. Trump actually said it himself. Come on, you know what Trump likes dictators.
Bro, you're moving the goalposts, bro.
Okay, fine. I'm not going to move it. I've already considered that point to you. I don't know why you are still plugging a dead horse.
Listen, because this is a total defeat. This is not
Jesus Christ. Leave that one to a territory where you are not strong.
But listen, we got simp police on.
Wait.
Okay.
Come on, this is a powerful moment, right? Because I'm
No, it's not. He's just holding on to a tiny point.
So what other country did Trump threaten to blow him up?
Trump threatened China.
He didn't threaten him. He said, Xi knows what I will do. He said, this is the inappropriate place to talk about what I would do what I will do to China. But Xi knows what I'll do. Was that a threat? Was that a threat to blow up the country?
It's threatening China to the point where China was seeking reassurance.
Listen,
U.S. officials started reassuring China that Trump is not about to attack them.
Listen, bro. He said, Xi knows what I will do. That was not a direct threat saying I'm going to blow them up. So why are you putting words in that man's mouth?
I'm just telling you what happened during the time he was in office.
No, what you're doing is trying to make up a lie about Trump's policies and words against
Why
other
would I make
countries.
up a lie?
You
This
just
is what
did.
happens. This is his administration. They are telling us what they had to do to China to ease China
And
from
what did Trump?
worrying
And
that
what
Trump
did
was
Trump
about to
do?
attack them.
Trump made economic sanctions against China. He didn't blow him up. He didn't even threaten to blow him up. Come on. You
Okay,
lost.
what did
Just
Trump
admit
and
it.
Biden do? No, what did Biden do? Did
Can
he
you just
did he
admit
trigger the war?
somebody
Biden
listen
is
up.
not the one invading anybody. You know, you're making it look like Biden is the one invading the country.
Stop.
And don't make me defend Biden, by the way. I don't want to defend that.
Wait, listen, bro. And Trump invaded somebody. Trump actually pulled us out of Afghanistan, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Okay, so what are you talking?
Afghanistan.
So what are you talking about, bro?
So did
Today,
Biden
your
too.
Nigerian lies will be put.
So did Biden. I don't know what you are saying. I don't understand the point you're making here.
It was an absolute clusterfuck.
Biden
Yes.
up.
Why are you making me defend Biden? I'm not defending Biden.
Listen.
They are both bad.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
Okay, we got Sim Police on.
Let's go to Sim Police.
Yeah, because I mean, two Nigerians. Sim Police.
Oh, forget it.
I mean, first of all, man, I'm gonna have to salute your platform, my brother, because all I know how to do first is to show mutual respect to my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dennis Amir. Shout out to his shout out to what he doing with the tours over there in Sierra Leone. And now he expanding to other countries. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get three different type of spicy soup for your ass to go shit in later on in the hotel. So, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving it. I'm loving the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Keep growing. Shout out to Brandon. Brandon took off like a rocket, over 4,000 strong. You know what I'm saying? While he's trying to, really, the way I see Brandon channel is he trying to save black people money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that y'all a bunch of fuck niggas and y'all get exactly what y'all get for messing with somebody like Biden. Even trying to compare, because usually I'll try to word salad with Tunaja saying, you know what I'm saying, get somebody, but in this case, he's absolutely wrong. It is no comparison between Joe Biden and Trump other than what CNN told you. See, this is why I tell black people all the time that black people are the perfect slave for white people. Out of all the race of people that have been in slavery, black people are the perfect ones. We strong like an ox, dumb like a box of rocks, and loyal to his nuts. You know what I'm saying? Like a retarded person that sit up and watch porn all day. That's how much we cater to the white man balls so much, to the point that if we see other white people that don't like us, a white person, this is the thing, Dinus and Brandon and Tunaja, a white person have to prove to you, Tunaja, that he's a bad person. But when you go to a white person, you got to prove to him that you're a good nigga. See, let me say it one more time. Because this might go over a lot of black people's head. See, a white person have to prove to you that he's a bad white person, because you automatically put that white person right there next to Jesus. Matter of fact, you think him and Jesus one and the same. So you automatically, you black people automatically give white people a leg up. You know what I'm saying? The white person have to prove to you.
Hey, police, I'm gonna give you a prime example. In Ukraine, Nigeria is crying. I can't believe they allow the white people to get off the trains and seek shelter first before us. I can't believe it. I'm like, what did you expect?
Let me bring it on home. Hold on, Brandon. Let me bring it on home. So a white person, you automatically think a white person is better. You get what I'm saying? Even though he don't show you country to country, we're talking about even countries on Africa, the continent. You know what I'm saying? Not just in America. He have showed his hand, and you still worship him. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, he have to cut off your arms and your legs. You know what I'm saying? For make him think he's bad. He got to snatch a baby off the train, a girl off the train, and stick her out there in the 2 degrees weather for you to stop praying for him. But I'm not talking about you, Tunaja. I'm talking about black people in general. Your first reaction is to start praying for your oppressor. And you know the funniest part, Dinus, and this is a disclaimer. I'll put a disclaimer out, Dinus. Dinus don't agree with everything I say. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I say is hustle smart. This is self police, the way we see things. And the black women are the biggest mammies. You get what I'm saying? They the biggest mammies out here praying and worrying, talking about they staying up at night, worrying about some racist white people. You know what I'm saying? In Ukraine. And then when the white people show their hand, then you think like you got some personal homeboy relationship with white Jesus, be like, well, God, give me back, white Jesus, give me back my prayers for the white people. I'm just going to give it back to the black people. My grandmama told me this with her senile ass before she died. You know what I'm saying? She said the last thing I need from black people is a prayer, because I'll be sicker than I'm already is right now. I think I'll get worse if black people pray for me, because black people prayers don't mean nothing. Because if black people prayers work so much, why it don't work for black people? You get what I'm saying? If your prayers so good, then why when we pray for the betterment, get along, and survive and to thrive, it don't work? But all of a sudden they're gonna pray to stop some missiles from Russia to hit these blue-eyed, blonde hair like the white dude said. It's crazy. So as a black person, when you come to a white person, that's why you get the shuffling. That's why you get the dancing. That's why you get the shaking your stinking ass. That's why you get the smiling. That's why you get docile. You go to leaning forward. You don't stand up straight when you come to a white person. You're trying to figure out what can you do to get next to his balls. Because the white man balls are just like pine tar, apple sage, cool fresh aloe or something. You get what I'm saying? Now I understand, because a lot of y'all black men are just like the females that raise you. Even though you talk tough, even though you'll kill me if you see me in the streets, but this is how y'all act. Y'all act just like these females, just like these females, these mammies that sit up here praying and crying and staying up night worrying about massa. Because it's the same way black women did on the slave plantation.
Hey, look, simply, let me tell you this. So today I was on my show, right? And I called my grandma. I was doing a show about Native American lineage, right? So I called my grandma. Now, mind you, this is the person now all the people in my family revere. Oh, my dear. Oh, my grandma, right? So I tell her, I say, are we Indians? She say, yeah, we Indians. I said, did you hear that when you was young? She said, no. I said, when you hear that? She said, well, when I moved to California in the 70s, my cousin Anna told us that we Choctaw Indians, right? So my cousin Anna, she's like mentally unstable. She's one of those people who walks around pushing a shopping cart with a big ass coat on in 130-degree weather, and sometimes she'll walk around with a plastic bag over her body, and she's yelling out in the street, talking about aliens is coming to get her and all this stuff. She's messed up. So my grandma knows that we're Choctaw Indians based on the word of somebody who is mentally ill and mentally unstable, right? So then I say, well, do we have any African blood in us? Do we have any African origins? Well, she said, I don't know. I don't know if the Choctaw Indians was in Africa. She said, but I got to do a DNA test so I can find out, what's really in us. But I know we got Choctaw Indian in us. I sat there for a second and thought about it. If I talk trash to my grandma or just don't revere her as this all-knowing, all-seeing, wise old sage, everyone looks at me like I'm some type of idiot and, oh, you hate women and stuff. But I'm like, bro, listen, did you hear what she just said?
Hey, if I can interject real quick, Brandon, in the words of the Simp Police Academy, hold on, I'm trying to say, in the words of the Simp Police Academy,
Come on, man. Come on. Break it on home, man. Break it on home.
In the words of Simp Police Academy, even though you was a crack fiend, mama, you still was a crack fiend, mama. It's the greatest lie ever told.
Right. Ever told. That is the greatest lie ever told. Let me say it before you continue, Brandon. My mama was a crack fiend. Your mama is a crack fiend. That's a female that's out here selling ass for small amounts of drugs with $5, $10. And this is what has been promoted to the black men to think that the black woman is perfect no matter what. Even though she's leaving you at home by yourself, or sometimes leaving you in a trap house, or leaving you with play uncles and play cousins while they sit up there playing typewriter with your goddamn with your SpongeBob boxer shorts. You get what I'm saying? You will still be promoted to call her a black queen, even though she didn't do nothing for you. You didn't. We don't strive under. We don't strive under a crack fiend. We strive under a black queen. But the funny part is, this is we're raised by single mothers. We combine both of those two to be that a crack fiend is a black queen. If that's your mama. If my sister sell pussy on the block, she's a prostitute. Just because she's my sister don't mean nothing. She's still a prostitute. Go ahead, my brother.
Let me tell you this. This is true story, bro. This is true story. So I was talking on the phone right now, I was just talking to this girl who I sold a dog to. My dog just had puppies, and I sold her one of my dogs, right? So I go to her house because I'm just like showing her how to like set everything up for the dog and all that, right? So her daughter is like 12 years old. I see her daughter on the couch, sitting behind the couch. Some guy is on the couch, and she's like rubbing this guy's head, right? And I'm like, when we go out to the back to set the shit up for the dog, I'm like, yo, what's going on with that? She's like, oh no, he gives her daughter, I'm not gonna say her name, he gives her $20, just to scratch his head and rub his head. I told her, I put her aside, I said, some men get off on that type of stuff. I don't think it's wise for you to have your 12-year-old daughter taking money from this guy to rub and massage his fucking head. That to me seems sexual in nature for a grown-ass man in his 30s to be asking to pay some 12-year-old girl to rub his freaking head. And so I told her, and she said, I didn't even think about it like that, right? Now, I left it alone, and I left it where it was at. But these are the type of people who are raising our children. And we wonder why our children are molested. We wonder why they don't go to school and excel in school because they got so much baggage and trauma. I got people. Have you ever went in a woman? This girl signed into my phone for Instagram, right? And she was like, I'm going to leave my phone signed in on your Instagram. So I see stuff binging on my phone. Like, why the hell is all this binging on my phone? So I open up thinking it's mine. I'm reading the conversation. And she's talking up to her friends, other girls. Oh, she just has so much pain and hurt. And she be just want to kill herself. The only thing keeping her alive is her son and all this stuff. And I realized something. Our women are the product.
Hurry up, Brandon. Hurry. I got to address some of the in the chat.
Our women are the product. Our women and children, period, are the product of people who really aren't fit to raise children in their current mental state. And they're damn not qualified to give our children a political education so they'll know who to vote for. And that's why we're in the situation we're in. And I'm not absolving the daddies of responsibility, but damn, the present mother has an impact too, not just the absent father.
And let me make this statement, then we're going to get back on topic. Kimberly Dooley, listen, Tupac's mom and Kanye West's mom literally went out of their way to keep their fathers from seeing their kids. Like Tupac's mom lied for years in regards to who was Tupac's real daddy. Kanye West's mom told Kanye West's dad that if he ever came back in town to see Kanye, that they were going to up and leave and move. So, I mean, let's keep it fair.
But to be fair too, what Brandon said just now about correcting the lady about the child that was being paid.
Let's get back on topic. I just had to say that because police.
But they fired quite a lot of shots at women here. But I just wanted to address one point that what he did there was what we are supposed to be doing, and shows that we are also responsible because he corrected the lady, and the lady took the correction.
Right. And
men are supposed to set the tone.
And Amina, yes, I see already they're trying to defend that effort. Yes, that really happened. That's a true story. It came out of Kanye's mouth, and it came out of two. That really happened. But back on topic, I just thought that was funny. I don't know why I always think about that quote. Even though you was a black queen, mama, you'll always be a black queen, mama. The biggest lie ever told.
Hey, bro, I drop jewels sometimes, bro. You ain't got to Congo. You ain't got to go to the Congo and dig in the mines 50 feet down to get these jewels, bro. I drop them like that because I'm just a real dude. See, we get back on topic of what's going on with the Ukraine situation and the black vote situation the way it is. See, to Nigel, what you I don't understand. I don't know if you understand what the 96 crime bill was. When you put the 96 crime bill up against any president, you know what I'm saying? The only president that might be worse than Joe Biden is probably Lyndon B. Johnson or the one that had slavery. If you understand what the 90s, I don't even think Two Nigel know what the 96 crime bill was.
I know what it's all about. It's one of the bills that criminalizes a lot of black people for crack and all the other crimes. I agree with that. I agree with your point. I'm not defending Joe Biden, but Trump was also crazy.
Hold on now. Let me get him on this. So one person systematically locked up black people at a higher numbers and gave. To Nigel, let me tell you something. I'm one of the ones that got caught up. I was in the county jail when he put that in law. So when he put that in law, that was before I got sentenced for my crime, even though I committed a crime. But just think about it. 3 months before that, if I would have committed that crime 3 months before that, I would have got probation in a boot camp and probably they would have let me go to the army because I was 17 years old. But once he got in there, even though I was 17, you know what I'm saying, with no guidance, no nothing, on the street, on my own, nobody in court with me, I was sentenced like a hardened criminal that have committed 6 crimes. So I got the same amount of time as a grown man that have did what I did 6 times to Nigel. Do you understand that? Let me finish. So therefore, a person that systematically locked up black people and destroyed the black community and put the highest number of black men in jail is no comparison to a person that's crazy. Even I'm gonna be on your side and say Trump crazy, but crazy and somebody sitting up there. If you show me what crazy Trump did the same thing or comparison to that, I'll be on your side. But let me tell you something, bro. Why, as a person that was sitting in the county jail that day, I would have took crazy any day than level-headed Obama homeboy.
I get what you mean, but when Trump was doing what he was doing, let me just finish what I'm saying. When Biden was doing what he did, almost every move Biden made, especially regarding crime bill, Trump was in support of it. Trump was never like, oh, why are you jailing this thing, black people? No, he wasn't. He was in support of all this type of action. So I don't get why we are. I don't.
Yeah, but Trump wasn't in office.
Trump wasn't a politician.
I agree, but I don't support any of them. I feel like we are missing the point where we keep thinking about, oh, this is the president, this is the president. That is not where power comes from. I don't know any group that has gotten power from voting. It's about taking over industries and sectors. I'm not moving the goalposts. You are expecting me to say I'm on the side of Biden.
Do you think?
I'm not.
Do you think we were going to be able to take over industries with Biden offering us stupid defund the police and stuff that didn't put no money in our pockets, or with Trump offering us $500 billion? Which one do you think would empower us to take over industries?
The one Trump is offering would definitely
$500 billion.
offer, yes.
Okay,
that will offer you, but that is if you see it. You are not going to see it, that's for sure.
I want to say this. You don't know for sure anything. You just speculating to make your point. But the point I'm saying is this. If we look at this, I'm looking at an article right now. How Stacey Abrams paved the way for a Democratic victory in Georgia. Then there's another article. Stacey Abrams' 10-year project to flip Georgia to Democrat is near fruition. If you look at Stacey Abrams' dynasty, I don't know if these people know what Stacey Abrams looks like. She's real big. She's real black and she's real ugly. Okay.
Oh, you
She
know I know what
see
she look
look
like.
wait see
Man,
wait hold on.
man,
She's not
we
ugly.
gotta be
She's
Son,
that,
come
not
on.
man, we gotta be
It's
that.
Come
not.
on, dude. Dinus, please.
Brandon, she looks like a relative. Actually, I don't
She
know where you're
does. She
going with
does.
that.
But listen, bro. But what I'm saying is, we got to be realistic about who's really running our community. And women, they have to accept that they're running our community and they are sleeping with the enemy when it comes to their relationship with Democrats. Democrats. And so when the
Mm.
Democrats screw our community over, they have to take the bulk of the blame for that because they're the ones who are working hard. It didn't say a white man flipped Georgia Democrat. It didn't say that a Chinese dude flipped Georgia Democrat. Dinas, can you please just share this image of Stacey Abrams just real fast? Real fast.
Mm.
Stacey Abrams looked like my mom looked before she got her gastric bypass surgery. That is a big black mammy. If this was slavery, she'd have two white
Come
babies
on, man.
hanging from each titty, nursing them.
All right,
That's what
Brandon, Brandon,
no,
Brandon, come
Come
on,
I'm
man,
on,
not
Brandon,
saying
man.
Brandon,
Come on.
I'm
Brandon,
not
come on,
trying to
man,
Why
Brandon,
are
come
you
on,
badmouthing the women and you
I'm
badmouthing her
not
the
trying to
media?
disparage her.
Brandon, we gotta stop. Nah, listen,
Dinus,
hold on,
Dinus.
Brandon, hold on, Brandon, hold on. The views and perspectives of Brandon, Pat Africanism Strikes Back is not
And
that.
hustle smart.
Elder Smart is not that of his sister who. We can't. Come on, Brandon, we can't go that far.
Hey,
Hold on,
I'm proud of Brandon for that one. I'm proud of him on that
Dinus,
one.
hold on, Dinus. Hold on, Dinus. Dinus, you like a brother to me, right? We talk outside of the internet, right? But Dinus, you got to do me one solid favor right now. You got to do this favor for me, right here. You got to share this image. Share this image.
I'm not
I,
sharing
Why
that,
would
bro.
you share
share,
the
Dinus.
image? Why would you
I'll
share
never
the image?
I'm
ask
not
you.
He's just
sharing
going to
I'll
be
that,
never
bro.
rude.
I'm
ask
not
you.
sharing
Come on,
that.
Dinus. 1 second. One
I'm not
second
sharing
share.
it. I'm
Dinus,
not
1
sharing it. I'm
second.
not sharing, Brandon. I'm not
Dinus,
sharing it. Hold
please.
on.
Please.
Hold on. I'm not
I
sharing that.
never ask you for anything. Just
No,
one quick
I'm not
flash
sharing
it.
that image, Brad. I'm not sharing that. Hold on. Hold on. Catch the Zulu. Go ahead. Catch it. Guys, hit the like button. Hit that like button and catch the
Oh my
Biden Talk
God.
Zulu. Go ahead.
You guys
Hey,
tell Dinus
Brandon, you
to
ain't
share
got
the
no
video.
filter, bro. Brandon, funny as hell. Hey, but I've been
He's
listening. Simp Police Academy, he hitting it on the money, like always. Brandon, you hitting it on the
Appreciate
money
it.
too. To Niger. See, this is the problem. I'm sorry to
oh
say this,
God.
but this is the
Everybody's
problem.
making
Like,
it like I'm supporting Biden now.
no,
God.
ain't nobody making it seem like you supporting Biden, bro. But you just don't get it. You're trying to make it seem like Biden was the lesser of the two evils. Like he was, he was less racist than
I'm just
Trump.
saying that I understand why people voted for Biden instead of Trump.
Why would you
But both of them
understand
are as
why
bad.
people? That doesn't make sense though. But Trump was actually offering something with the platinum plan. Biden wasn't offering jack shit, bro. Like, so what? Why would it make sense?
Right.
I get where you're coming from, habit, and I'm just saying that is what I'm saying. Explain the reason why they voted for Biden. But I'm saying that whether we vote or not, that's not the reason why we can achieve anything. We are wasting our time talking about voting or who is the president. We should be talking about how we are actually going to pull the levers of power. That is how it works.
I mean, we could actually do something. We have considerable voting power. So if we voted as a block, we could make substantial changes. Like I think Trump was a blessing in disguise. That's what you need to understand. Like
See, let me
he
tell you
didn't
something.
allow us to fall
Joe
asleep.
Manchin was just one senator and one other female senator. They held Joe Biden's bills hostage throughout last year and this year too.
No,
What?
Hold on, just two senators, but
you
there were
don't
black. There were
understand.
three black senators in that black
You don't
senators in the House of Senate.
understand.
What did they do with it? It's not. If you
To
can vote all
Niger.
you want, it's not going to
To
matter until
Niger.
your people are willing to stand up for what they represent.
To,
They
to
are not
Niger.
standing up.
To Niger. Joe,
Yes.
you don't understand American politics. Joe Manchin was really upholding the Constitution and the views and will
Wow.
of his constituents. See, he was just
Hmm.
the fall
Then
guy because
why are the black senators not doing the same thing? Why are they
be-
allowing Trump to pass any this
because
Biden to pass
no,
any
no,
law
no,
at
no.
all?
Listen, bro. The reality is the black people don't block Trump because they all vote for they did block Trump. What the hell are you talking about? But they never blocked
Who
Trump.
blocked? No black senator ever blocked Trump that I know of.
Bro, Democrats had like a majority when Trump was president, bro. So it was a lot of them.
Sorry. I was referring to Biden. No black this is senator ever blocked Biden.
Because black senators and congressmen, all they do is whatever white Democratic representatives tell them to do. They
But
have
Joe Manchin didn't do the same. So why are they not representing their people?
Because Joe Manchin is representing his constituent. Listen, bro. I want you to really listen, bro.
He might not know what constituent means.
Of course I know.
Listen.
But so are those black senators representing their constituency. Why are they not calling? Why are they not representing their constituency too?
Tunija, wait. Black people in America.
You should be calling your own senators
bro, why do you
out,
keep
not worrying about Biden.
You ask a question, then you interrupt me. Please listen so you can learn something.
That's that Gucci suit Bible.
Black people in the United States have one policy to do whatever white folks tell them to do. So when you see black representatives following along with white politicians, they are doing the will of their constituents. They're doing whatever the white man tells them to do. When we send, you remember when your teacher used to listen. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example.
Yeah, most of them are black.
Nigel, be quiet for a second. Listen.
You can't just say stuff that doesn't make sense.
Brother, can you be quiet so I can put it in a way you can understand? Remember when you were a kid and you were going to school and your mom told you, now when you go to school, you do whatever your teacher tells you to do. You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. When we send our representatives to Capitol Hill, to the Congress or the Senate, and we're black folks, we send them with a mission. Whatever the Democrats tell you to do, that's what we want you to do. It was like when I was little and my grandfather and my grandma told me, we Democrat. No matter what, we vote Democrat. And Dinus, you probably got that same speech. Hustle
You know
Smart.
what? I didn't get that.
I did. Hustle Smart, did you get that? We vote Democrat no matter what?
Well, I'm from the South, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all some Cali boys in the South. Mostly South people, especially me growing up in the 70s and the 80s, most black people sound like they just jumped off the slave plantation yesterday. So they definitely had this, what you want us to do? We don't know what to do. Help us, guide us. That's how black people is in the South.
Yeah,
black people in the South.
You blame black people, don't blame Biden. It's black people that are not doing what they're supposed to do. It's not Biden.
Hold on, Tunija, we got to blame Biden because Biden is the one that, think about it like this.
Biden is not black. Why should he represent us? We should be holding our own black people that are going there accountable.
Hey, guys, real quick. Sir Will, go ahead. Unmute yourself. Sir Will.
All right. Hey, guys. How's it going? All right.
What's going on, my brother?
All right. Anyway, I voted for Biden. So I don't care what y'all say. Biden, the Democratic Party, is actually way better than the Republican Party.
Bro, what's up with these Africans and supporting?
Let him explain himself. Come on, don't talk. Let him explain himself.
Yeah, let him dig his own hole.
That's not going to work as well.
Freaking the Republican Party. How do you think it's fair for a country like the United States to not have a good healthcare system? Okay. Who tried to put Obamacare into place? The Democrats. Okay? The Republicans, they've been trying to tear that thing apart.
This guy is years behind.
Dinus, you got to give me a chance.
It's going to take him about 2 years.
Hold on. Let him finish. Wait. No.
He's making you look bad.
He just got off. Let him finish. He just got off. Go ahead, Sir Will.
All right. So basically, when it comes to that, you got to give it up to the Democrat. They're actually trying to help people. When you have somebody like Trump pandering to all the racist people in America, okay, there's no way I'm gonna go and vote for that POS or whatever. Okay, there's no way, because this guy panders to all the racist people in America. I'm a businessman, right? So technically, I should be a Republican. The Republicans, they're good for my business. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to say anything about it. But when it comes down to it, between economics and the basic things in human life, dude, I'm gonna choose the basic things in human life, and I choose a Democrat. Simple.
Okay, Diamond, please, you got to let me handle this without interruption.
Oh,
Please,
God.
please, please,
Hey,
please.
hey, let me handle
Go
this.
ahead.
Let me handle this.
Go.
One. Okay,
Okay.
I got to ask you a few questions. Okay, first and foremost, are you a recipient of Obamacare?
No, but I know people who are.
Okay. And they're telling you that they love Obamacare and Obamacare is the best thing ever.
Yes, they do. They love it.
Okay.
One of my best friends is like his in-laws are on Obamacare and they love it.
Okay.
So you know,
So let me ask you a question.
sure.
Obamacare is still a single payer healthcare system, right? Meaning people on Obamacare still have to pay for healthcare, right?
Of course.
Okay. Bernie Sanders, who was
Hmm.
the front runner for the Democratic Party 2 elections in a row, and then was sabotaged by the DNC, which is the Democratic National Convention, right?
Hmm.
You agree with that, right? You agree he got
Agree, that's
sabotaged?
100%. Because
Okay,
I was a Bernie man, so I agree.
okay. He was advocating 100% free universal health care for
Yep.
every American on earth. So if
Yep.
the Democrats are so good, right? The
Uh-huh.
Democrats are so amazing and Obamacare and all this is great.
Yeah.
Why would the Democrats kill or sabotage the campaign of the man who was advocating for universal health care, which many
Okay.
countries around the globe enjoy,
Okay.
free college for all people in America, right?
Okay. Okay.
Why would they then sabotage his campaign if they're so much better? And wait,
Uh,
this is the la-
let me
wait, this is
answer.
the wait, this is the clincher. This is the clincher.
Okay. All right.
And in the place of him, put in a healthcare system that guarantees American dollars to a handful of pharmaceutical syndicates. Why
There
would
we
they
go.
do that?
There we go.
Mm.
First of all,
I-
this version of Obamacare that we got is a compromise. The Democrats had what they really wanted in Obamacare was basically what Bernie wanted. But there's no way they're going to get that passed
Why
with the
not? You just said
Republicans.
they had a majority. They had a majority in the House and the Senate. They had a super majority under Obama. They could have passed it. Why didn't they pass it?
Because
Because of the mansions, the kind of mansions in the Democratic
Man,
Party, they will
Tunisia, I'm not
sabotage the
talking to
party.
you.
Tunisia, come on,
Because I
man.
was
I'm
there
not
when they did it.
Tunisia. I'm not talking to you, man.
You're not
Man,
You
listening,
see what I be
Tunisia.
talking about with
it's,
these
listen,
Africans, bro?
let
it's,
me
it's,
say
man,
let me say this real quick. Do
yeah,
you realize that Obamacare, and tell me if you agree with this or not,
sure.
Obamacare is like me promising your money to
Hmm.
Walmart before you even get to decide, before you even get it. If I came to you and said, look, every year you got to spend $50,000 of your check in Walmart, or your ass is going to go to jail, which is what Hillary Clinton was advocating, or your
Yeah,
ass is going to get penalized, which is what
yeah,
Obama was doing. Would you think
yeah.
that was fair and that was freedom?
Well, first of all, let me answer that. The way this system works, and for it to work, you have to get people to what you call it, to get into the system. You have to force them. And in a country like the United
You
States,
gotta force them, huh? So
yeah, because
this is
Sir
the
Will, you
country.
from Ghana,
you know,
bro?
for us to work, people, you have to get like a mass number of people, mostly people who are healthy, okay, like college students and stuff like that. If you get the healthy people in there who are not going to use the system, then that money is going to be used toward the people who are more sick.
But
So,
if they're healthy, so you understand that the United States is based on freedom, which is people get to spend their money the way they want to. How can
okay,
I force you to spend money that you don't want to spend with the company that Dinus? Do you understand where I'm going with this? How can I tell you,
Yeah, I
Dinus,
do.
that you have to spend your money with Target or Kroger before you even get it? Does that
first
sound
of
like
all,
freedom?
the system Obamacare has different companies, different insurance
Does
companies in the
Obamacare force?
marketplace.
Wait, let me ask you a basic question.
Uh
Does
huh.
Obamacare force you to spend your money with pharmaceutical gangsters or not?
What you mean with pharmaceutical gangsters?
Healthcare
You know,
gangsters, Kaiser, Humana,
yeah.
Blue
Those are
Cross. Does it
so
force
obviously
you?
But Brandon, the same thing happens with car
Does
insurance
it
too.
listen?
If you
Hold
have
on,
a car, you have to pay for it.
Sir Will.
yeah,
Does it
yeah.
force you? Does it force you to spend your money, even if you don't want to, with healthcare gangsters who have proven that they don't give a damn about the health of Americans?
What let me answer that question and don't
Yes or
interrupt me.
no?
No, 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 let me answer that question, okay? First of all, what's in Obamacare? Before Obamacare, what did we have? People who had like what you call it? What's the word? Basically, people who were sick, okay, had to pay like high insurance. In Obamacare, it was a compromise, okay. Get the healthy people in. That way, people who have like condition, we don't have to worry about those people. So it's a compromise. You're not gonna get
So
everything you
why?
want,
So why
but
didn't we just wait? Let me
it's a
ask you a question. Why didn't we
you know,
just give? Why didn't we
thoroughly
just, bro? Listen. Why didn't we
in
just
one
give people
and
with
who
your phones?
who are
Your phone's
dying.
cutting. Look, your phone's cutting in and out. So calm down.
Boy, that's that
Calm down.
This
Nigerian that's
Sir
that
Will.
Nigerian
Yeah,
Wi-Fi, boy.
Sir Will.
He
Listen.
making you look bad tonight. I'm just letting
Hey,
you know,
Sir
bro.
yeah.
Will. Sir Will. Listen.
I'm not even
Listen.
sure it's Nigerian.
Why didn't Sir Will?
No, I'm not
Sir
sure.
Will.
I'm not sure. I'm
Hold
not.
on. This is my last question. This is my last question.
Let me finish. Let me finish, and then you can take over. I met this one girl, right? Okay, this girl got into an accident. Okay, she was a
Mm.
bartender. She didn't have insurance. The poor girl, because she didn't have insurance, she couldn't go to work, and she couldn't also go to the hospital because she didn't have insurance. In the greatest economy in the entire history of the world, you think that's normal? You
Okay,
think that
Sir
no
Will.
people
Sir
should
Will.
die? Because
Sir Will.
I
Sir
mean,
Will.
yeah,
Wait. You're making an emotional appeal, and I understand that.
Anecdotal.
Yeah.
But I don't give a damn about that heifer or where she got an accident. Let me tell you the reality. If that's the case,
so
why don't we wait, Sir Will?
Oh
Wait a
my
minute.
God.
Why don't we create it? Why didn't we create a situation where people who
okay.
have been in serious accidents or have chronic illness get free health care? We give a healthy hood rat free
It's
health
called
care.
ah,
Wait, bro, please stop interrupting me. Let me just get this point out. We give a healthy hood rat who can run. She comes straight out of high school, running track, number one fastest person in her class in the state. She have a baby. She go have another baby with Pookie. Her and her children get free health care. They walk into the doctor's office. They don't pay a penny. She walk in there like she owned the bitch and talk about, I want to see a doctor and I want to see a doctor now. So we can give those women free health care. But we can't
Daycare
give
and partners.
and daycare.
Brandon, what she say? What she say, Brandon? What
I
she
want to
say?
see a doctor and I want to see him now. So we can give those
Hold on,
Period.
women.
hold on, hold on,
You
hold on,
gotta,
Brandon.
gotta
What,
put the
one more time,
period
Brandon.
on
What
it.
she say? What she say, Brandon? One more time. What she say?
Put
I
the
want to see
period
a
on it.
doctor and I want to see him now.
Period.
Listen,
well,
so we can
still,
Sir
but
Will, wait, Sir
yeah,
Will, listen. I want you to listen to
uh,
this and think
uh,
objectively. So we can give those type of people 100% free health care. Not only them, their kids, they're able-bodied, they can work, they can go get a job, they get free health care. But then you want me to feel sorry for a situation where we let those people go to the doctor for free, but then we charge elderly people, we charge people who are chronically ill, we're charging people who've been in serious
Mhm.
accidents. This is a flawed system, bro. The government has plenty of money to take care of people with chronic illness, pre-existing conditions, totally free of charge. But instead of doing that, we chose to squeeze the Americans who work for a living and force them to give their money to healthcare gangsters. You was talking about
Oh,
Obamacare.
okay,
You
okay,
don't really
Brandon. Let
understand
me just say
Obamacare.
something quickly. Let me just say something quickly. You have to admit that compared to what was there before, the healthcare was a positive thing. But also, if you
No,
look
you
at
have
Trump,
free healthcare.
when Trump, can I say something? When Trump came to
Before
office
to
too,
Niger,
can I
before you
say
had
something?
to Niger,
Let me just
before
finish the statement.
listen, I want to address your statement one at a time. Before you had Obamacare, a person could go in the emergency room and all that stuff. They could get taken care of. They could go to the doctor to get taken care of. And if it was found that they did not have income, the government would pay their bill. Now, if a person makes $5 an hour working at the Kroger, they are getting squeezed and forced to pay
But
for
people
health
used to get
insurance.
bankrupt from
Bro,
healthcare.
people with no job are being forced to pay for healthcare, bro. You don't got no money coming in,
But
but you got to
people
pay
used
for
to get
healthcare.
bankrupt from
So
healthcare. You know that.
something, but I
So
think
the point let me just finish. The point
no,
I was trying to make was that Trump, Obama, did healthcare. Trump did tax cut. In the end, they are all a wash. We are all missing the point. The point is, even if when anybody gets into office, our own people that we vote into office, that's the African Americans vote into office, you guys are not holding them accountable. You're not making them do what they are supposed to do for your community, while the other ones are doing what they are supposed to do for their communities.
Okay,
That is where the real problem is. It's not the president.
Because black politics, hold on for a second, Brandon. Hold on for a second, Sir Will. Because black politicians toe the line. You know what I'm saying? Let me explain it to you like this.
Stop them from towing the line.
You can't stop them. You can't stop it because majority of the black people support them. Majority of the black people from supporting them. It would take the people. Is this why we're talking about the black vote? The black people vote Democrat 98%. So think about it like this. Me too, Nigel. Even the brothers and sisters that Joe Biden put in prison, he put in prison, got out and voted for him.
Facts.
Hey, listen.
Facts.
Hold on. Let me say it one more time. President Trump made the law because you could always vote. You got a little feedback, Dinah. Somebody got some feedback. Nice. President Trump made it to where people in Florida and other places that convicted felons can vote. Now, Georgia, where I live at, you can still vote as a convicted felon. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of states couldn't vote. So President Trump got them to vote. These niggas that Biden put in prison, that made them make them have to serve mandatory time. You know what I'm saying? Minimum mandatory time. These niggas got out, and when the Democrats started putting stripper videos, bring your booty to the poll, and talking about voting for the soul of the country, black people went to him because he was Obama homeboy. That's how stupid black people are. I don't give black people no credit. That's why I say 85%, even y'all listening right now in the chat, I know y'all like Dynasty Mill, but 85% of y'all niggas are useless. You know what I'm saying? And if another power structure came into power, Chinese, Jewish people, Iranian, y'all mammies will boot y'all ass up and go to busting it open for them too. Because that's what y'all did on the slave plantation. I don't goddamn hold no begrudge against them. But Sir Will, let me ask you a question, Sir Will. What part of the United States you live in?
Texas, baby.
You from Texas. Now, think about it like this. You was talking about Obamacare. But do you know that? See, a lot of stuff you missing out because you repeating talking points, so you left out the good parts. Do you remember when Obama did that? He said it in a speech that this is not constitutional. He said that it probably will get repealed. You don't remember that speech?
No, I don't remember that speech.
Exactly. But just for you now, I want you to look it up. When Obama signed this, hold on for a second. When Obama signed it into law, he knew it was unconstitutional, but he did executive order. So that's why when Tunaja was talking about that with Joe Manchin holding him up, Obama and President Biden signed executive order for the LGBTQ community. He signed executive order for the Mexicans. He signed executive order for every group of people except for the niggas that sit out here dancing, shake their. Hold on for a second. What I'm saying is that that's why nobody takes us serious. See, when Brandon was on here talking early, Brandon missed this point. If you didn't sign up for Obamacare, they forcibly took the money out your taxes every year. That's where, and the people, you're from Texas. The Texas people, the Texas senator sued for that to be unconstitutional because in the land of the free, so to speak, with the quotes, you cannot force people to take money out their bank account. And I'm telling you, $4,500 out my money came out, and I paid Blue Cross Blue Shield. But Obamacare, since I didn't sign up for Obamacare, then I had to pay $4,500 at the end of the year. So you think about the one or two people that you think about the one or two people. Hold on for a second. I'm gonna let you finish.
Sense.
You think about the one or two anecdotal people that it helped. But I know plenty of people in Atlanta, because Atlanta is a big market. The doctors, when Obama was told that lie, if you like your primary care physician, you can keep them. That was a lie.
Yeah.
Because a lot of doctors fell off of it.
Okay,
So hold on. This is the last point. I promise you, this is the last point.
Okay, go ahead.
So in my county where I live at, under Obamacare, before Obamacare, it had 63 doctors. When Obamacare kicked in, it was only 2 doctors to handle 20,000 people, and you couldn't go to another county.
Okay.
Hey, let me say this real quick, guys. Don't interrupt me. Do you understand too, Niger, that we are holding our elected officials accountable by going and voting for the other side? See, because ain't nobody about. Wait, hold on. I just said don't interrupt me.
Even before now,
listen,
I will.
So that's how we're holding them accountable. There's one way that you vote that nobody can argue with: voting with your feet. We've been begging them and pleading with them for so many decades. Please do right by us. Please do right by us. And they have not done it. They've showed no willingness to listen to the black people and help them or work with us or anything like that. So we're going to go to the other side. Listen, there's a famous movie called I Can Do Bad All By Myself. I want to do like that movie. I could do bad without the Democratic Party. I can do just as bad without the Democratic Party as I'm doing with the Democratic Party. So what I can do to try to evoke a little bit of change in them or provoke a little bit of change in them is to go to the other side. Because maybe when I withdraw my support from them, they'll understand that fat, meat, greasy, and that they need to do right by me for me to.
How is that going to change the attitude of your elected members of Congress and senators? It's not going to change the attitude. You're just changing the parties. You will still not do stuff for your communities like they are already doing now.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hey, so real. Leave and come back. Your connection. You gotta top off your MTN minutes. Your Airtel. You gotta top it off.
Trump was offering my community $500 billion to Niger, so you sound silly when you keep saying that.
But you are not addressing the point that I just made.
Yes,
you are saying switch parties. No.
Listen,
you are saying switch parties, but that is not going to get the elected members of that. You are not allowing me to talk.
Listen, bro, stop talking for 1 minute. You just said, how is that going to help our community? Donald Trump said if we get him elected, he would give our communities $500 billion. So how is he going to help?
So you think those racist people that voted him in will allow that thing to go through seriously in this world? And you think the Democrats are naive?
You just tried to move the goalposts. You said, how is it going to help my community? I said, well, the guy over there was offering butter biscuits. These guys over here ain't offering shit. So if I vote for him, I at least have the chance of getting some butter biscuits. That's how it helped. Now you're moving the goalposts.
That wasn't going to happen. But bro, not starting a chance. And I can tell you that it's less than 2% chance.
Listen, for one, you don't live in the United States. For two, because
I know his supporters.
They just gave Ukraine $350 million like it was nothing. They just gave Afghan immigrants $9.6 billion like it was nothing. They just gave Asians $50 million like it was nothing. These dudes can write just stroke of a pen, and that money comes to you.
How many are they giving to African countries?
At least we would have had a promise made publicly to hold him accountable with. Dinus, if somebody promises you something, right? And it's public, and then you go to court and you say, look, this guy promised me this. Here's a video of this guy promising me this. Does the court not uphold that contract even if it's just verbal, if there's proof.
What?
Uh,
What did
for
you
the
just
most part,
say?
yeah. But hold on, y'all.
The
We got
politics.
Keisha. Hold on, I want to hear. I mean, I'm tired of all you hard legs. We got a nice, pretty female
Hard
on here. Go ahead,
legs.
Keisha. Go ahead, Keisha. Go ahead.
Turn on the symptom.
Hello. Hello.
Hey,
Can y'all
Keisha.
hear me?
Hey,
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 what's up? What's
Rody.
up?
Hey, baby. Hey, baby. How you doing, Keisha? Go ahead.
Okay, I'm good. All right. So I see it's a lot of, Trump and Biden talk or whatever. But recently, well, a few years back, I watched a video about a little girl who did a genealogy thing, and she ended up doing the genealogy of all the US presidents. So she found out all the US presidents all had a common relative except for one. And the one US president that didn't have that common relative was Van Buren or somebody like that. I think that's his name, Van Buren. What are y'all views on that?
It's just a
Well, first
conspiracy.
things first, then
What are
that's
y'all
not
views on?
that's.
What are y'all views on? Because y'all picking sides. You picking
Well, let me
sides and
let
you
me
like,
let
oh,
me
I'm
answer.
with.
You can't
Okay,
ask a
go
question.
ahead.
Then you gotta let people answer. Shout at Keisha. Where you from anyway? Where you from?
New Orleans.
I can hear the baby all in your voice, Shawty. You know what I'm saying? I can hear it. But the thing about it is what you said is absolutely false. You know what I'm saying? You can't do a genealogy on no normal citizen can do a genealogy on presidents. You get what I'm saying? So that's just impossible on the stakes like that. Maybe the ones that before the Secret Service got as big as it was, if you would have said the first six, I would have gave you that. But everything after the sixth president of the one that whoever was the first president that made, because a lot of people don't know the White House didn't even have gates up until I forgot what president was trying to get assassinated. Once the gates got up, the protocol, the nicest went down. So is your initial
Okay,
statement is
but
not true on its face.
wait. But there's
Hmm.
news coverage on it.
Yeah,
There's news
it doesn't matter.
coverage about it. So you
Yeah,
think that it's not true?
yeah,
All of them have a common ancestor in. I think it was like King somebody. I forgot King. I forgot which king, which British king. But they all
mm-mm.
have that. They all have that common ancestor, and it was
That's
covered by the news. So
Can
you
I
think
say
that's
something?
false?
Can
yeah,
I say something?
that's not true, shot of crawfish. But check
Can
it
I?
out though. But check it out though. This is the thing. This is the thing though. Even if that was the case, you get what I'm saying? Even if that was the case, it still wouldn't solve anything because you have different parties. You have different parties that have different agendas. You know what I'm saying? One thing about the Democratic agenda, which a lot of people where always surprises me, Miss Keisha, and I was just joking about you calling you short of crawfish. I'm just talking shit. But you know what I'm saying? The Democrat Party is the original party of the slave master. That would be the equivalent. You from New Orleans, you know about the KKK and all that. It would be the equivalent of the KKK 20 years down the line, start up a political party, and one of your kids walk in the house and say, you know what, Mama, I'm with the KKK. They the new party, and then you say, no, what's up with the KKK? They racist, and then they tell you, well, they don't change now. Now they like black people. That's the Democrat Party in a nutshell because they are the original part of the slave master. So to add that caveat to your point, you get what I'm saying? Even if it was true, it still wouldn't matter because of the different parties with their own agendas. I will admit to you, I will concede to you that the Republicans have their agenda. You know what I'm saying? And they have a bad messaging point, but the Democrat also have an agenda, and the difference between the Democrats and the Republicans is the Democrats will pat you on your back and stick their finger in your ass, but the Republicans gonna look you dead in the eye and ask you, "Do you like it? Why I stick my finger in your ass?" That's the only difference, young lady. But go ahead.
Hey, can I just say this?
Yeah, in other words, they
Okay,
are the same.
let me ask.
So
Let me ask
that's
you a
what I've been
question,
saying all evening. They are
Keisha.
both the same.
Keisha, do you have children?
Yes, I have
Okay,
a
my
son.
question. My question to you is, what do you teach your children politically? What qualities do you promote to them, And when it, like, how are you training them politically when they get 18 or whatever, barring that they become radicalized into some particular group or party? What is the decision? What is the political line in America that you would prefer for them to toe?
Well, I haven't even thought about it honestly because he's only 3.
Yeah, but you over here
So
thinking about presidents, who cousins and stuff like that. So you should be thinking, you spending time processing irrelevant stuff through your mind instead of thinking like, okay, who did you vote for in the last election?
it don't matter. It don't
Oh,
matter who
see,
I
we
voted for.
always start with the
Oh
we
But
always
Lord,
no,
start with
man.
that gives it away
honestly.
right there. That she didn't even vote. She didn't even vote. Let me
We
stop.
a- we answered we
I
answered your
voted.
crazy. Hey,
Okay,
Shawty,
who
we
did you
answered
vote
your
for?
question. We answered your question with a straight face. But when it comes to black women, when you ask them a question because they have a need to be right so much, they'd rather not answer the question than just ask. Ain't nobody gonna beat you up. Ain't nobody gonna take them.
Okay.
Ain't nobody gonna take
Okay.
them stripping grips out your lap.
Okay. I voted for Biden.
Okay,
But
so
but no,
so what does
listen. I do regret voting for Biden though. Because I did want to see what Trump was going to do with that 500 billion. I
so
did
why did
want to
you
see that.
why did you vote against the guy? Why did you vote for someone who was offering you nothing
Because
if you wanted to see?
I honestly feel like our votes really don't count.
Okay, so if they don't count, why not throw your vote that don't count towards the 500 billion?
You're right.
You know y'all like that
You're
money,
right.
baby. I know
Yes.
You're
y'all
right.
like that money,
So let me
baby.
let me tell you something. You are a prime example of what we keep talking about. Black people, black folks worship money. So we love us some money. But the only thing we worship more than money is what, Keisha?
Listen, I'm
No,
not
no,
gonna
Keisha.
lie. Look,
Keisha,
no.
stop, stop. Keisha,
Okay,
just answer the question real quick. It's a two-word answer. What is the one thing we worship more than money?
you tell me, cause I don't
No, you
know.
know. No, yes, you
No,
do.
no,
Yes,
I
you do.
don't.
White
I don't know. I
No,
honestly
white
don't
don't
answer.
know.
Jesus.
No, no, stop. Don't answer for it. What is the one thing black people
Okay,
worship more than money?
okay, like he said, white Jesus.
White folks, period. We will give
But
up
listen,
500. Wait, we will give up 500 billion at the command of a white person. Do you realize? Say I got 500 billion laying on a bed, and I say, look, you got that 500 billion. If a white person came in and they were convincing enough, they could convince most black folks not to touch that $500 billion, right or wrong.
you're right.
Okay, so that's exactly what happened to you. You let some old decrepit white hack, with the help of a couple of big fat bedwench mammies, convince you to vote against the
No, no, no,
possibility
no.
of 500 billion.
Let me tell you what it was.
Why did you vote for Biden?
Like, no, let me tell you what it was. I kind of just voted for Biden because that's more of a comfort zone when it comes to black people. You know, we always vote Democrat. But I did agree with some things that Trump was talking about. Like, I really contemplated voting for Trump, but whenever I would tell somebody about it, they would always say, "No, cuz he's racist." And I would tell them, "Well, you're just being sensitive." Like at the end of the day, it's not about race. You know,
So
that would
you voted.
always be my answer to combat what they would say. But I
So you
kind of
were
did it because I felt guilty. You know,
Mm,
right.
I
mm,
felt a
mm.
little guilty.
So you were guilt tripped by other black people to vote
Uh,
against our own best interest, right?
you're right.
And that proves Dinah's point. Black people are a freaking dangerous liability when it comes to voting in international politics because we are not ruled by logical and rational thinking. We are ruled by emotion. And we are so ruled by emotion that when one of us tries to think logically, when one of us tries to use rational thinking, we shame that person for
You
using
mean like you are
common
doing
sense.
today when they are correcting you, that
I'm
what
not
you are
saying that, bro.
advising people to do is an error still. You are asking them to embrace another party that is just as bad as the other one.
Yeah,
You are
see,
making the same mistake and you are trying to shame me
That's
for telling
exactly
you that you are making the
that's
same mistake.
exactly Look, Two Niger is doing exactly to me what they did
come
to you,
on.
Keisha.
Yeah.
He's trying to
You're doing
shame me
exactly the same thing.
based on
I'm
morals.
trying to shame
Listen,
you because
yes,
you are making the mistake. If you like get
listen,
whatever get inside the Republican Party, they are still not going to do anything for you people.
listen, bro.
They're not going to do anything.
It's gonna take a lot more
What
than
I've
that
seen in
Jollof
America,
rice you
they will not
selling
do
to get
anything.
me to vote Democrat. Okay, that's just
So
what I want to tell you.
Why should you vote Democrats? I'm not asking you to vote Democrats.
hold
You
on,
vote
Brandon.
Democrat.
Brandon, let me use this logic against him. Let me use this logic back to him. So if Democrats ain't gonna do nothing for you and Republicans ain't gonna do nothing for you, but why do you still pick one of the ones that ain't gonna do nothing for you? I mean, common sense. Hold on for a second,
the
Tunaj.
members you are sending
We
to
talk
the
about.
House of.
Hold on. What I'm saying is this right here. What I'm saying is, Tunaj, you got three boxes. You get what I'm saying? But two of them you already have looked in. You know what these two boxes gonna do. You don't know what's in this third box. You get what I'm saying? But you know these two boxes right here, a red one and a blue one, they ain't gonna do nothing for you by your own logic. But it's still a third box right there. So you're telling me by logic, by your thought process, that you still will pick one of the boxes that not gonna do nothing for you, and it's a third box that you ain't even checked out?
The truth is that you select your members of that is going to represent you and focus on them. Don't focus on the president. Focus on the person that is representing your community. That is at the heart of it. That's what white people do. If you look at Joe Manchin, you said it yourself that he's representing his constituents. If you choose constituents to go and represent you, focus on them, then they will deliver for you. When we keep focus and sending our constituents to go and represent the party, why would they represent you?
Nigel, I let you finish saying what you were gonna say, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Nigel. I let you finish. I didn't interrupt you, but I'm gonna tell you, dog. You danced. You Timmy toe-tapped all around the question that I asked you. You get what I'm saying? You went to talk about something totally different. Hold on for a second. Hold on. We was talking. Yeah, we was talking about presidents and Senate. Those are two different races. You get what I'm saying? This is a stack. I know you're not from the United States, so I'm gonna help you out. When it comes to the president election, you get more of 100% turnout, not 100% black people, but you get 100% turnout for the 23 to 30% black people that vote during presidency. So it's only 30% black people that vote for the presidency off the whip. When it comes to the senators, to Nigel, that numbers goes down to 18%. Now, you remember what I said about the 100% turnout for the 30% that actually vote? And when it comes to the senators, it actually changes. It's only 18% of black people that vote for senators, and it's only like a 60% turnout of those 18%. So 60% of the 18% are wishy-washy. I'm good at math, so I don't want to throw people off with what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, when it comes to black people, we like the draw. We like the rigor. We like the spectacle of the presidency. We don't get out of bed for senators. We don't even vote. Let me explain this to you too, Nigel. Hold on, Nigel. What I'm saying is that in our country, whatever city you live in, you can vote for the judges. The judges that we claim that sentence our sons, and the sheriff that patrols the area, we can vote. They vote. They have election for those. They're not just given a job. Of course, the mayor can fire somebody and hire somebody, but after that, the deputy sheriffs and all that, and the judges, they get voted in. Black people turn out 1%, 1% for things that go on in their community. We only vote for what's nationwide. That's the problem, too, Nigel. So I get what you're saying about holding people accountable, but when you go to these judges and you walk in there and they're over the district of all black people, and it's only white people in there voting.
See, when I learned from my mistakes. Brandon can testify. When I was talking about Biden, I was being naive that the Democratic Party would do what they are supposed to do, at least vote for crime bill. They didn't do that. You have to learn from your mistakes. When these people, you see that you have senators, you have members of Congress, they are not doing the job, that should force you to ask a question. Why are we electing these people and they're not doing anything? You need to change your tactics, because I can see clearly that the white people they are representing their constituents very well. If their constituents threaten them, they will block anything that they need to block in the House of Senate or in the House of Congress. And without black members of Senate, Biden can't do anything. So why are they not using it to extort benefits for the community? They are not.
We keep trying to tell you the same thing, but you're not listening.
But the same thing is going to happen with the Republican Party too.
I'm going to say this one more time. When black people are elected to the Senate or Congress, one, they primarily are elected using white Democrat dollars, which already obligates them to listen and toe the line for the DNC. Two, when we send our politicians who are black to Capitol Hill, they are sent by us with the understanding that we expect them to support all Democratic policies no matter what. Sent police. Am I lying or telling the truth?
It's our fault then.
Am I lying?
Why are we blaming Trump and Biden? It's our fault.
Nigel, wait. That's what I've been trying to say, fool. I've been saying that for 2 years.
Okay, fair point. You did say
that. We're trying to get you to understand it.
I get what you said there, but your solution is to vote another party, but not hold anybody accountable, really.
But that's how you hold people accountable in the United States, is your vote. But if you it's the vote. That's why they come around every 4 years. Like, this is the thing too, Nigel. Everybody in the chat, most people don't agree with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm usually dragging big Stacey Abrams, thick neck Jerome Bettis looking chicks like that. But when I talk politics with the same passion. You get what I'm saying? So most black people, we know that the politicians only come around 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So they hype us up for that. So the plantation, Brandon said dollars. What it is campaign contributions. See, Brandon has so many points. Sometimes he don't get to the nitty gritty and explain it right. But what it's called, hold on for a second. What it's called is campaign contributions. So think about it like this. So say if a black person don't want to toe the line of the Democratic plantation, what the Democrats will do, they will pick anybody to Niger. They'll go get you and throw $100 million behind you. And you know what you better do? When the Democrats walk up, you better fall to your knees and open up your mouth. For them throwing that much money at you, you are their concubine. You are their hoe. You know what I'm saying? Even if your period on, you better bust it wide open. You know what I'm saying? In a handstand. That's how
does people like Joe Manchin do what they do and get away with it? How do they do it?
Divide the whole party. Because West Virginia is not really a Democratic state. West Virginia is a Republican state.
It's a conservative state.
Joe Manchin is a Democrat, but he's a conservative. He's an extremely conservative Democrat. And what you have to understand too, Nigel, is that back in the days, all Democrats were like Joe Manchin. So it's the Democratic Party that has changed, not Joe Manchin. He's actually a representative of the original Democratic Party, because the Democratic Party was the party that fought for slavery. That was the party of the South. That was the party who didn't want to desegregate. And it was actually the Republican Party that promoted desegregation, about abolition of slavery and all that stuff. So you keep on criticizing Joe Manchin. Joe Manchin is staying true to the Democratic creed.
No, I'm not criticizing him. I'm actually saying that he is able to stand up for his constituents, as you are saying. But my problem with the whole thing is that why are our own the African American elected members in House of Congress and Senate, why are they not doing the same for their own people? They have more numbers, actually. They can extort a lot of things for the community. And I think it's a bit of mindset, even if they were funded by white people. But I'm sure many of their vote is coming from black voters that are putting them over the line to win elections, because they win election by 3%. the black people
Tanaja,
probably make up more than 20% of most of these
that's
constituencies.
showing that you don't understand math. I just told you that when it comes to the Senate, out of the 30% black people that vote for the president, I'm gonna break it down even slower.
See,
The
presidential
30%,
election,
hold on.
they
No,
vote for senators too during presidential election. So that
Tanaja,
doesn't hold.
listen. 30% of black people vote for the president, right? Only
Yes, and they vote for senators at the same time.
Hold on. 18% vote for the Senate. So it's not black people that's putting Reverend Warnow from Atlanta in the office. It had to be white people because only 18% of black people voted. So we know those 18%.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask this question. Are you telling me during presidential election when they are also voting for senators, the black people will go to the voting booth and
hold on, Tunaj, let me interject. I'm guilty of that. When I voted for Obama, I literally just voted for Obama and left. I didn't vote for nobody else.
I hate that you. I hate that you told the truth then and answer that question because I try. This is why I always try to talk to Tanaja because he's very white.
Man, that needs to change. You are not voting for the president. You should be voting for your own people.
Because
hold on, simply, it's just I don't think Tunaj really he doesn't understand.
He don't get it.
You're right. Get it. Like literally, I went in, voted for Obama. I looked at everything else. It said Prop 6778 for this. I'm like, what is this? And I just left.
But maybe we should take the extra few seconds to select the people that are going to actually represent us, like Manchin. I think maybe we should do that because I feel like voting for the president doesn't matter because in the end, you could vote for somebody in the Republican Party or the Democratic Party, they will still do the same thing. It's crazy what I am seeing because I'm learning from what I'm seeing in America right now.
You definitely learning.
Yeah, I can't believe they have so many legislators in the houses of power in America, but black community doesn't get anything.
So Nigel, what you got to understand is black people are more concerned with making history than making progress. We are what you call single issue voters. Do you understand that black people overwhelmingly voted against a $500 billion economic package? Why? Because Trump is racist. All we could see was racist. All we could hear was he's racist. All we wanted to hear was
his supporters too.
He's racist. But the point I'm telling you is we don't give a fuck about improving our situation in America. All we care about is getting a pat on the head from white folks. Look at the black lady who just got nominated for judge. This dude Biden said, "Oh, I'm going to appoint a black woman as judge." Do you realize he potentially secured the next election for himself just by doing that? Black people will run out. Black people will run out. Excuse me.
Black women.
I hope not.
Listen, Joe Biden could be wheeled out in a fucking wheelchair on a damn life support system and communicating by blowing in a straw like Stephen Hawking. And black people will vote for him because he nominated the first black woman as a Supreme Court justice. We are all about emotional bullcrap. Symbolism. We have no stake in reality or actual tangible progress. Look at the people in Ukraine. Look at what they're doing to the Ukrainians. Oh, they racist and all that stuff. We don't care about any. We don't say, well. And then the next second, we dissing the Ukrainians and the blacks talking about hold your own nuts. Even Tariq Nasheed is doing that right now, trying to act like he cares about Ukrainians on the border, but when they was on the United States border, don't let them in. They got to hold their own nuts. All we do is shuck, jive, buck dance, and make emotional decisions devoid of factual and rational thinking. So it's not Democrats. It's not Republicans. It's just us, period. And when you understand that, you'll be better off.
I'm not sure people care too much about this the Supreme Court nominee, really. I think the US, African American community, they are getting over this now a bit. They don't care too much about that. I don't see them doing well in this election, the coming election this year at all. And Biden may be a one-time president the way things are looking right now, if he doesn't do anything else. Because what I see, man, for me, is staggering. I'm learning a lot. And the fact that I have to come here to apologize to Brandon and get so many things wrong is really humiliating. I hope that never happens again. Because, you know, like I said, the two parties are just as bad as each other. We should focus on the people. Take the extra seconds to select somebody that actually is going to represent you, that you can call up and say, you know what, don't do anything that president wants, no matter what, until he gives us what we want.
But let me throw something back at you too, Nigel, because I'm a logic person, man. Logic is clearly in the building. See, I heard you on this show a couple of weeks ago, and they was on your ass, and I was on your side because you was talking about two people that was doing something wrong to you, but the one that was treating you a little better. Why not go with that person? Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Now, so hold on now. In that logic, you were saying that the two people, they both wrong, but one person is doing something for you. So, just logically speaking, even though both of them doing you bad, you going with the person that's treating you better, that's offering you something, right? That's what you said out your own mouth. So then how in the fuck can you sit up there and say out of Trump and Biden, both of them is saying one is offering 500 billion, but you go with the person that ain't doing that ain't offering you, that told you that he ain't got nothing for black people. He ain't even got a plan for black people, but you'll rock with him. What I'm saying is that you go when the logic goes directly on your doorstep. This is what we talk about black people with individual, assessment, how they assess things. See, when it hits home to your feet, you're logical. You know what I'm saying? But now that it's come to America, hold on for a second now. When it comes to American politics, you went against your own logic. Because if your logic was sound what you said the other time on Dinah's channel, it would be the same with this. Logic doesn't change to Nigel, just the situation changes, but still logic should prevail. Go ahead, my brother.
I keep saying that the logic is not about the money. The money, Brandon just asked me whether the money would have changed. I said the money is a very, very good thing. The problem is that nobody will believe that is true because his supporters would never let him do that.
How can his supporters stop him? How can they stop him?
Because his supporters are see. Have you seen Joe Manson? Those were crazy. If he does anything like that for black people, they're going to lose it. 500 billion in the country of the US today, where they barely want to do anything. They wouldn't even pass a police bill.
Hold on. Tonight, I don't think you know what the 500 billion was. The 500 billion wasn't just given away. White people, even these racist white people that own, because every single building in the United States is owned by a white person or another nationality. It's not a black person in the United States that owns one single skyscraper out of all the skyscrapers in the United States. Out of all the billionaires and millionaires of black people in the United States, it's not one that own a building in the United States that's over 5 or 6 stories. It's not one. So what I'm saying is that the money just wasn't going to be given out. What it was is going to be in certain areas for where they're conducting business. You get what I'm saying? So it was $500 billion to a bit. Now see, now I knew it wasn't gonna work because most black people are not business minded. You know what I'm saying? Most black people are complaining about this is what black people do. Black people wake up, pray to white Jesus on the way to work, then they complain about work, go home, get on the phone, complain about work, complain about their boyfriend, complain about the girlfriend, complain about the gas prices, pray to white Jesus, and then they repeat. That's all black people do. So you got the 15%. This is how I came up with 15%. 15% of black people are the entrepreneurs that believe in capitalism. Black people will complain whether, let me tell you about black people in the United States. Black people complain about it's raining outside, and they'll complain about if the sun is out, it's too hot. You get what I'm saying? You can walk up to an average black person and say, you know what? Do you wish that it never rained? And you'll get some dumbass black person, I wish it never rained, because their mind is not only on partying and shaking their ass out there in the streets. They're not thinking about that's how the crops grow. You know what I'm saying? That's how water. That's how the water get treated with the sun. Natural sunlight. Black people.
People do that here too. People complain a lot. But what
I,
the
I
question I'll ask
understand. I
Brandon is
understand what you're
let
saying.
me
I
ask
understand what you're
Brandon
saying.
this question.
But what I'm saying is it's bigger fish to fry here. But what I'm saying is that since the 500 billion was going to business-minded black people, most black people that would vote for Democrats are not business-minded people. These people that have worked 30, 40 years for massa, long as the white man don't call him a nigger and kick him in his ass, black people work that job and would bring their kids up and work for their job the same way we did on the slave plantation. Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah,
What's the
I wanted
question?
to ask you. Let me just ask you this quick
And then,
question.
real quick, we'll do one more round. Ask your question, and then
Yeah.
Brandon answer. Then Brandon, go ahead and then Simple Police, you can say what you want to say in closing, and Brandon, you close out. So ask your question to Naja. Go ahead and answer Brandon, and we start closing out.
Because I believe that it's very, very important to be able to make politicians do what you want them to do. So when you are saying people should vote for Republicans, or and some other people are advocating that you vote for Democrats, do you have any plan to make the party that you vote for do what you want them to do, other than their promises?
The whole thing, I believe, is that we're going to have to make a separation among Black America. We're going to have to separate the Black people who trying to accomplish stuff from the Black people that just ain't shit and don't want to do nothing. One of the reasons why Black politicians don't cater to the Black vote and listen to what we want them to do is because they understand that we are so emotionally unstable that we can be turned against them with the drop of a dime. So when they go and get into office, their number one priority is to solidify their position amongst the party, not solidify their position in the minds of Black constituents, because they understand that Black constituents are very fickle. 1 minute we can love somebody, 1 minute we don't. I'll give you a perfect example. The city of Atlanta, right, Dinus? Remember Lance Bottoms? She got elected based on pandering to Black folks, right or wrong, Dinus?
Right.
But the minute she started getting real with Black folks, the minute she started talking to Black folks and saying, Black people, you guys got to take some responsibility. You got to do things differently if you want things to change. They started attacking her
Fuck you, ho. Fuck you, ho.
They started attacking her so bad that she stepped down. She would not seek re-election as mayor of Atlanta, which is Chocolate City, right?
Wakanda forever.
That's what I keep trying to
The Black
tell
Mecca.
you.
It's the Black
Mecca. Tunaja, I want to ask you a question. Why would the Black woman who was overwhelmingly supported by Black people in Atlanta, why did she have to step down as mayor due to Blacks' ignorance and refusal to accept accountability about for the role that they play in what's happening with them?
I don't know the case very well, but I don't think she should step down if she believes, because sometimes you need to take the heat to actually make change. After all, you are coming online here to do stuff. Yes, she was a mayor, she was out there, but I don't know why people resign, because if you believe in something and you believe you want to do good for your people, you should stick it out and make the change that you actually want to see, that you think is going to benefit your people. That's the way I look at it. If she resigns, I don't know whether that's a cowardly act.
She already resigned, bro, and she's a commentator for CNN, bro.
No, that tells you everything you need to know.
She can't do
they're
good
not
for
serious people. They can't be serious people.
To Naja, she couldn't do good for Atlanta if the people only was on her side when she was out there telling them that they can go buy their wigs, they can go buy their 36-inch jackets, and you can stand in line to buy you some Jordans. The club is open, the bars is open. As soon as she told Black people they got to stay they stinking ass in the house, Black people like, fuck you, bitch. That's how it went. I stay in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? She brought rappers, she brought entertainers, all type of actors to try to get them on her side, but she saw that the one thing that she saw how the Democratic plantation used her, because they were trying to make it seem like it was her fighting against the governor. So in the beginning, she made some rules and said, well, you know what, Black people, y'all can go out and do this. Y'all need to do this. But the governor said, ma'am, you can't. The only way that you can make this be a law, you can tell them to do it if they do it on their own. So what the governor did is, because the governor runs Georgia, she just runs Atlanta, but she tried to put out a law, and then she asked, once the governor shot down the law, she asked black people. She even tried to come with the auntie thing. You know, I'm auntie. Y'all call me auntie, hunty. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to do this for me. And they was like, yeah, Miss Keisha Bottom. You know what I'm saying? The club is packed this weekend. Fuck you. We gonna do what we want to do. We appreciate you letting 2 Chainz come rap out here. We got a chance to shake our stinking ass, but guess what? We want to do it on the weekend. So what she saw was that the Democrat Party was using her. She wasn't getting anything done because black people wasn't. The only time black people was on her side too, Nigel, when she was letting black people do what they want to do.
Was she the lady that brought Microsoft, looking to bring Microsoft to Atlanta or something?
Yeah.
And there was it.
Yes.
Well, Microsoft's coming. Yeah.
Yeah, they're coming. That's why they're building them. That's why they're building them 500,000 condos over there. On Bankhead. Let me come on. Let me say this real quick, y'all. And this is why I talk about how doomed we are. Why black people, you know, I always go with that African proverb that I hear a lot of people say. You know what I'm saying? When the white people came over there, they brought us the Bible and told us to pray. When we opened up our eyes, we had the Bible and white Jesus, and they had all the land. You get what I'm saying? But see, this is the problem with that proverb. See, the proverb needs more context. See, a lot of Africans that think nothing was special about this barren land. You know what I'm saying? Because they couldn't see 50 feet down below. See, one thing about white people, what I say all the time, they innovate themselves in a better position. They got machines, Diners. They got X-ray machines that can look 50 feet, 100 feet down. You get what I'm saying? So you have these African peoples like, well, you know what? You're going to give us this, that. You want this beat up land or whatever? Go ahead and take it. We weren't doing nothing with it anyway. I wasn't growing no cassava grow from here. So it was the same thing in Bankhead, Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? The area where I came up in. The area was shitty. It was drugs everywhere, prostitution everywhere. The buildings was gutted out. They were stealing all the copper. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Even the white boys got in the deal, started stealing the copper because that's where they sell meth. Even the meth heads, white boys smart enough to steal copper because they can get more. Copper is one of the most expensive things that you can get full value trade from. You know, black people break into your house, steal your $1,000 TV out there on the street trying to sell it for $50 worth of crack. It's just stupid how we get down. But now that the area, they let the black people tear down the neighborhood and drag the price down. You get what I'm saying? So once they drag the price down, they let the buildings be abandoned for 4 or 5 years. So the white people, they get this group together and they go to watching these areas. And then they start making these deals with other companies to be like, okay, this how the taxes is in Oregon. This how the taxes is in Washington State. But you know what? We'll come over here and we'll use these same dumb niggas that destroyed the neighborhood. We'll use their tax money and start building the area up. You know what I'm saying? You just come and we have developers. Y'all come and build the property. So we'll start working on the street. That's why if you go over there where diners live at, y'all, you know, y'all will see that the streets are being cleaned. The sewers are being gutted. You know what I'm saying? They're working on that area 24 hours, 7 days a week. But before that happened, they let the black people run down the neighborhoods. And now you see a strong police presence over there. You got the police over there protecting the workers. Before that, the police would only show up to pick up the dead bodies. And that's how we like it in our neighborhoods. We like it when the police don't show up. We like it when it's no type of organization. But then the white people come over here, they build it up, charge $500,000. They put cameras on every corner. Tell them, guys, they ain't got these little bullshit cameras. You know what I'm saying? They got cameras sitting up on the telegraph pole looking like microwave, protecting. You know what I'm saying? To wait for you to go over there, and they put it as lottery for drugs. So now they don't move in these same neighborhoods where these houses used to go for 30, 40,000, 100,000. Now they building up 500,000 houses, and it's a park. Right? I know so many black people that got murdered at Mosley Park. It's Mosley or Maddox Park right there. But now they got the train. Mosley Park. And now they got a train station right there. And they started from right there. They're coming towards the neighborhood. And all the apartments, Bankhead, Boyden Homes, all this shit that these degenerate niggas talk about and celebrate. Hold on tonight. This is the last point. All these apartments that these degenerate niggas would kill another black person about, they shut them down, and they are building $500,000 condos over there, and black people won't even be allowed to go back in there.
I just feel like I think the 8 days of complaining about all these things that we tend to see in our communities, I think is long past. I think we should be thinking about how we are going to be trying to fix some of all these things, because in the end, you know, the Brandon talks about all these things very well. I don't know whether he actually talks to some of all these people that are, you know, politics and PAs, you know, talk to people in there and find out how you can get to these people, because in the end, we need to take that extra seconds, pick the person, because I don't think the presidential one matters too much. If you think about it from the point of view of the community, it doesn't matter too much. What matters more is the people that are representing you, because I see many black politicians going to campaign rallies, and a lot of black people are there that vote them in. And without those black voters, they're not going to make it into office. Not to mention the black voters vote against them. So you should make them do what you want them to do. If they refuse, if they don't want to do what you want them to do, you vote them out, and they have a way of calling them back again. So they have to, that's the kind of radicalism I want to see from someone like Brandon, because he's very radical. He says all kinds of controversial things, but I don't see him trying to hold people accountable, really, like real politicians accountable. And that's what needs to change.
Let's do this. Simple Police, go in and close out. Shout, we're gonna head out. We're gonna close out.
Like this is the thing, y'all. As black people, first of all, salute to Brandon for being on here. Salute to Dinus for taking out the time to try to help y'all black people. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Nigel with his twisted mind and whatever. But he's actually trying. Y'all be patient with tonight. He's actually trying to learn, but his thinking is on a UK type of thought process. And the thing about it is that, think about it, where I come from, I am a guerrilla hustler. I can see the burning house, the burning house that Martin Luther King saw at the end. You get what I'm saying? All y'all black people, and y'all let these white people love the prance Martin Luther King in front of you with his "I have a dream." Everybody get along. Everybody love everybody. You know what I'm saying? All white people, and let's fuck on each other. And black and Mexican, black and brown coalition. Y'all niggas know damn well it ain't no black and brown coalition. Y'all know them Latinos don't fuck with us. Y'all know this. You know what I'm saying? They don't even want you around. When y'all come around, them Latinos start acting like they don't speak English unless you finna give them some money. But y'all let CNN tell y'all it's a black and brown coalition, because they know that they know one thing about black people since the slave plantation. No matter how hard black people got it, black people still will find a way to love other people. You know what I'm saying? We'll frown at each other. We'll give each other all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But we save all our goodness for somebody else. That's the equivalent of if you see a black child doing a dance, you'll be like, oh, she fast, where her mama at? But if you see a white little girl doing the same dance, you'll start talking about she got soul. She one of us. We are like leeches. All black people we are resilient roaches. You know what I'm saying? White people are shocked. They are shocked after slavery that we weren't as mad as they thought we were. They had a full plan to send some of us back to Liberia, send us to all different places. But when they released the slave to the world, they were shocked on black people weren't as mad. Black people trying to figure out not how to get away from or the oppressor. We're trying to figure out how we can get along with the oppressor. You get what I'm saying? Because even though the oppressor was doing what he was doing to us, some of us still thought it was better than being in Africa. You get what I'm saying? Because it didn't happen to us. It didn't hit our doorsteps. So that's why even today you can hear it on these panels, that you can hear people talk about their individual situation to how it doesn't affect us. They don't think on, you'll hear black people talk about B1 and Pan-African, but you can hear how they talk. They don't think as a collective. They'll think how it individually affects them mentally. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell you that we're doomed. It don't matter what we do. You get what I'm saying? Because as long as the boot would never respect the ant. You get what I'm saying? And we are clearly the ant. And right now, y'all talk about a black and brown coalition. Even the Mexicans got the burrito boot on our neck because it's 63 million of them. They ain't aborting their kids. You know what I'm saying? They're not at the Planned Parenthood office every week in some leggings and some Jordans and an iPhone 6 and plenty of weave. Talking about I let my body get thick enough now I can get rid of this baby and I can go down to Miami for the weekend. That's what we do because we know how to survive in a little section. So you know how like if you got roaches in a little area, they all just sit in a little area. That's what we do in every major city in the United States. We're scared to spread out. We're scared to go to North Georgia. We're scared to go to Wyoming. We're scared to go to South Dakota. We're scared to go to Wyoming. We're scared to go to Nebraska. Because we sit in these major cities where they're all ran by Democrats, and as long as they're paying you on your head like a good dog and give you some food stamps and some Section 8 and a couple of and let a preacher come around every 4 years to throw a handkerchief up in the air and catch it in his asshole while he's doing a split, you're doing the same thing. So that's why I don't understand how y'all sit up there and want to talk shit about Africans. You got Africans over there in Congo sitting up there ain't got shit, peeing in jerry cans, shitting in hoes, sitting up here paying a preacher, goddamn floating on a wooden raft, selling you motherfucking miracle water mixed with gasoline. You know what I'm saying? Where has been proven that we are the best slaves because we save all our anguish and direct it towards each other. And all the goodness we have, we can't wait to share it with a white person. You know what I'm saying? And we always want to include them when they never want to include us. And let me put a little contradiction on it. The only time they do claim us when we're attack dogs from them. And I'm shocked that all y'all mammies, y'all black women were so quick to start praying. I don't even hear y'all black people praying for your own kids, praying for your own people, praying for your own neighborhoods, praying for your own situation, the way y'all mammies were praying for these white people over here in Ukraine. And you know who told y'all niggas to pray for them? CNN. CNN is the black mammy, hood booger, gutter monkey, wig weed, wild high heater, hood rat whisperer. They tell y'all whatever y'all want to do. They tell y'all what white person to like. They tell y'all what black person to like. They tell you who to don't like. They tell you what time of the year you should stop liking them. That's why they come around now. When I tell you when Trump was talking about Obama all the time, they were telling Trump supporters and all that President Obama ain't in office no more. You obsessed. Now what did you see on CNN? Every single day they still
every 5 seconds Donald Trump.
Every 5 seconds they talk about Donald Trump. If you even go on CNN, if you go on CNN on YouTube, the videos that get the most views is when they're talking about Trump. They'll make up anything about Trump. So that's what I'm saying. It's a contradiction. But long as CNN is the Pied Piper and black women will get that stinking pussy to whoever got power. You know what I'm saying? As long as y'all black men are simps and wanna support that super ultra mega thought behavior, as long as y'all talk about is she a black queen, even though she's a crack fiend, she's a black queen. And again, it's the biggest lie ever told. We will always be in a situation we're in. We are doomed as a people. You better get what you can get and get out. All that unity, all that we're one people, it's some fuck shit. They're not even one people in Africa. And we are amalgamation of that because all type of groups and tribes are separated. We don't know what tribes we are in the United States. So we don't get along the same way a lot of the tribes don't get along in Africa. But the thing about the difference between us and the United States, we're all lumped together in as black people, African Americans. At least the people in Nigeria and the people in Ghana, Cameroon, they know what tribes they are, so they got somewhat of a reason why they don't like another tribe. But in America, we don't even know why we dislike each other. All we know, when another black person walk up, we need to side eye him, look him up and down, look over our shoulder. When a white person come in, we got to smile and go to shucking and jiving and leaning forward. I appreciate you, Daddy, for having me on my show. My channel is called the Silk Police Academy. Y'all bring y'all ugly ass over here and get this work because y'all need it. Y'all motherfucking stupid. Y'all stuck on nothing and 4 years behind. All you got to do is praise the Lord and goddamn raise the roof, and y'all will be right back in the same position you in, begging white folks for tricking, man. And I'm out, man.
For sure. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe.
No, let me just say something quickly. I'm not going to waste your time. Come on, I'm not saying it. Stop it. 30 seconds. You see, that's 30 seconds that made you not to do that this thing.
I love y'all tonight, and we see you tomorrow. Same place, same time.
We go.
Very well.